Hi, everybody. It's the worst Dr. Nick ever. Everybody will be here. You can hear me over the blower for the air conditioning. It's pretty toasty out. Just a good topic to talk about for once. If you remember last year, there was a group of kids from Covington High School. I forget what state. Doesn't matter. If you search for Covington Kid or Covington Sandman, you will find all you need to know about this. Some group of kids from a Catholic school went to some monument and stood silently in support of something. And they were wearing, Make America Great Again baseball caps. So it was a pro-conservative type gathering. They were, supporting something liberals don't like. Well, the crowd naturally went batshit insane, like liberals like to do. And what ended up happening is this idiot, Native American, I guess is the term for them now, got right up in his face, yelled and screamed at him, and called him all sorts of filthy names. Now, the kid did literally nothing except stand there and smile. And the media went completely insane, calling this kid a vicious racist. There were political cartoons drawn saying, "Throw this kid in the wood chipper." That was actually the line in the comic. Not exaggerating. Kathy Griffin called for his head, because she does that a lot. She's lost all self-control. And the media kept publishing stories and airing reports about how racist this kid was, and what a monster he is, and of course, by extension, Trump sucks, because the kid was wearing a pro-Trump hat. Because, the press just can't resist taking a swipe at the guy. Well, as it turns out, and the guy that was supposedly the victim, the super pissed off Native American that was yelling because this kid was a racist, well, he was, supposedly a Vietnam vet, and this kid was being really disrespectful to him. Well, two fun things happened, and kind of put a real damper on that narrative. The first was that video emerged showing the entire encounter. The kids didn't do a goddamn thing, not one of them. They didn't say anything to these people, or the angry yelling guy. They didn't gesture at him, they didn't smile, or they didn't do anything to him. Nothing at all. Zero. And there's footage from minutes before the confrontation happened. And there was no interaction between the two, between the guy and his supporters and this poor kid and his friends. None. And the second thing that came out is that the guy who was making all these complaints turns out to be a bit of a grifter who has done shit like this before, and also could not have possibly served in Vietnam because he was 1 year too young when the draft ended. So he couldn't have served in Vietnam if he wanted to. In other words, stolen valor. So with a real shithead like that leading the charge to call this kid racist, naturally the press went with it, and they smeared and libeled this kid for weeks before people finally got through to the media like, guys, you're kind of really full of shit on this one, and he can prove it. You might want to tone that down a little. But of course, knowing how our modern press operates, not one apology, just a couple really half-assed retractions. No, not retractions, corrections. And, they didn't apologize to the kid. So he sued their asses. He sued a big laundry list. Huffington Post, I think, CNN, Washington Post, a bunch of others. Well, something cool happened yesterday. The kid turned 18, and for his birthday, Washington Post settled his lawsuit. He sued them for $250 million. Oh yeah, the kid also sued Twitter, which I really hope goes somewhere. So Washington Post caved and settled the suit, which means they gave him a big sack of money and said sorry privately. And as always, they don't admit any public wrongdoing or blah, blah, blah. Now, they're second. CNN was the first to cave. They settled too. Because they were their usual evil shit selves. And led the charge in demonizing this kid. So it's a real delight to see the media actually get spanked here, or spank itself. There's some rumors swirling around that Washington Post especially didn't want to go to court on this because they were terrified of going into discovery, which is where the plaintiff gains access to all sorts of things like emails, correspondence. Now, they're allowed to go through confidential communications and stuff. And of course, the Washington Post wouldn't really want the public or even a court to easily see, oh, so they were actively conspiring to lie about this kid. They invented a story and they decided to lie about it no matter what the truth was. They willfully and deliberately lied. Because that could, not that they give a shit about their reputation, that could really put them in the toilet anyway, though. And there's the potential that they could be committing crimes if they're conspiring with other news outlets to do the same thing. That would have been delightful. And that's what the Washington Post avoided by settling their suit now. Same with CNN. They settled early. They didn't want to deal with discovery. And, I guess, risk exposing their seedy underbelly that we all know is there just waiting to be uncovered. But it's absolutely delightful to watch them lose some money, lose some face, and have to own up to some of their bullshit. There are I think there's either 5 or 6 other cases pending for this kid, because he went all out and sued these bastards left and right, and they all deserve it. They absolutely do deserve it. And I really hope that he also sued Kathy Griffin, because that bitch really needs to be taken down a peg or two. I don't know when it became a thing that being a D-list celebrity entitled you to declare a jihad against some 16-year-old kid and demand to the world that they get together and ruin his life. That's just fucking absurd. She really deserves to be dragged for it. It occurs to me, I really hope they're open. I'm off to get ice cream, but I don't know that they're open. Oh good, someone else drove up too. If they're not open, at least I'm not the only person that doesn't know that. So yeah, it's just asinine that people get away with all this. And I'm glad to see people not getting away with it. These outlets really need to start getting spanked for their misbehavior. Yeah, the sign doesn't talk, do we? You have to go forward. Should probably get out my plastic money dispenser, huh? Pretty soon I'm not going to have any money for a while. Fucking divorce. Never get married, guys. It's a waste of time and money. And if you absolutely have to, get a prenup. I think I'm going to keep recording and let you guys watch me order ice cream today. This is so stupid. Yeah. But back to the news thing. The press really gets away with so much, and I really think it's cool. Hello. Can I get a quart gelati, just orange and vanilla?
Anything else?
That's it?
So it's going to be 7:41 at the window.
Okay, thanks.
Have a good one.
You too. Meat. Oh my god, what do you want? This is the easiest place to order food, you stupid monkey. It always cracks me up in fast food drive-thrus or dessert shop drive-thrus. Like, how do you get this wrong? How do you get confused? God, they're making you put your card in the little reader now. This COVID shit is so retarded. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. Right. I just get goosebumps seeing the press actually eat shit for once. Or twice. It's CNN and Washington Post now that have both taken a dive. I wonder who's going to be next. God, I'd love to see Twitter take a beating. I know that sounds so childish, but I really do. I want to see them get a smack on the snout. They richly deserve it. This whole cancel culture thing happens because the press and social media allows it to spin up and drum up support and get people all lathered up, and they both need to go. Either they need to change so they somehow don't encourage mob mentality, or in the case of the press, they need to stop sensationalizing things to begin with. I know, fat chance, that'll never happen, but they need to keep getting spanked every time they do it, and maybe they'll learn. Who knows? So I tried to live stream today. Well, I did. I played some Satisfactory. Had a lot of fun with that. Then I switched gears and tried to play Paper Mario, the Origami King, and oh my god, that's such a dull game. Holy shit. So boring. I got an hour and a half in, and I'm like, this is stupid. I can't stand this. So I moved on, tried to play Doom Eternal for about 10 minutes, and died. And I'm like, I'm just not feeling it now. So I'm just going to goof off the rest of the afternoon, I think. And see what I can maybe do around the house. I don't really want to do anything. It's one of those lazy days, But I may not have a choice. If I'm lazy and doing nothing, I might get bored. Maybe I'll clean. Yeah, I don't buy it either. I should go get some boxes and start packing up all my wife's shit. Start getting it out of everywhere in the house. Stuff it in the garage. Well, here we go.
Hello,
Hey.
it's a quart of orange smash gelati.
That's it?
Alrighty, it's going to be $7.41. You have the Jeremiah's Italian Ice app?
No, I need to get that.
Alright, here's your card.
Thanks.
Would you like your receipt to save your points?
Yeah, please. 3 points, free food.
Here you are. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. forgot all about their app thing. You buy enough ice cream from them, and they will give you free ice cream. Or at least you get get a nice discount. All right, we decrease the air conditioning temperature to keep the ice cream a little frozen. Yeah, right. It's gonna melt by the time I get home anyway. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, what's this dude doing? Crossing the street, not in a crosswalk. That's wonderful. But yes, one of the many joys this divorce has brought me is the privilege of packing up all the crap my wife left behind and stuffing it somewhere where it's out of the way. She decided she's just going to rent a room and there's no storage, and she's not going to bother renting a storage unit or haul her stuff away. Why is this guy going 30? Why is this guy going 28? Why are you people stopping? Fucking inbred idiots. You ever notice, this is totally a George Carlin joke, but you ever notice everyone going slower than you is an idiot, and everyone going faster than you is an asshole? Anyway, but yeah, so the upshot, the downside of her deciding to do this, she's not going to bother renting storage or hauling any of her stuff away. She's just dumping all her shit on me. She's come to the house, gathered everything she thinks she wants, and I need to try to get it in writing from her that she's done gathering things and it's okay for me to start putting it all away or disposing of it or whatever. Because if I don't, that's going to drag on forever. You know, my luck, I'll get the house all cleaned up. 3 months down the road, she'll show up with a U-Haul and go, "Where's all my stuff? You sold my stuff. I didn't tell you you could do that. I'm going to sell you that." And yeah, she's the kind of person that'll do that. Especially now. She really turned evil these past couple of months. Well, this past month, anyway. So sad. It's a 10-minute drive for good ice cream. Brian Butt running for some public office. His name's Butt. I'm such a child. Man, that's a nice house. There's some nice houses along here. One day I'll be wealthy enough to still not buy one. The downside to having a large house is that you fill it up with all sorts of useless shit you don't need. And I know that happens because it happens with small houses. It's a 1,500 square foot house I live in, and it's got lots of shit in it that I don't need. UPS truck. I bet it has lots of presents. You ever wondered about that? Like, what if you just waited for the driver to run out and deliver a package, hop in the driver's seat, drive off with a FedEx or UPS truck, and just go hide it in a corner somewhere, and quickly get your friends to unload it into another truck, and then run off with all the good stuff? I know you wouldn't get away with it. They've got, of course the driver would chase you and probably catch you. And they have GPS on the truck, so they'd know where you took it. So fun thought, though. What kind of fun presents could you find in the back of a FedEx truck? Wow, that's gonna... that little snippet of video is gonna be really awkward if I ever turn to a life of crime. Remember that video where you talked about bumping over a UPS truck? Let's go for broke. Wouldn't it be really neat if you could rob a bank? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna rob a bank. Relax, guys. I'll be in jail before the year is out. Wait, no. I haven't said anything racist or offensive, so that keeps me out of jail. Wait, this isn't Canada. They don't jail people for being offensive here yet. They did in the 70s and 80s. But, yeah. I hate it when I go run with a joke and then I sort of just stop. This is why I could never get into stand-up comedy. I have a few moments of decent humor, and it just sort of trails off and leaves me dangling like an idiot stuck in the back of a train. Holding on for dear life, praying his feet don't get stuck under the wheels. Okay, that's a nice house that I wouldn't mind filling full of crap. It's a big-ass two-story thing. Dude just cut me off. I wasn't paying attention. What if... Well, there's a great admission, too. No traffic tickets, please. Of course, I suppose if he'd cut me off and then slowed down, I would have hit him, and then, you know, we get a new car. Why is that where my mind went the first... This is another one of those crazy-ass stream of consciousness videos. I'm glad that somebody posts every once in a while that you actually like these. You know, the sad part is, more people watch these than they do my video gameplay videos. If I weren't already cripplingly depressed and bitter with the world, that would probably upset me, but I kind of think that's funny. It also tells me that maybe I should consider generating other content apart from just video game playthroughs or video. I don't really do playthroughs. I do sort of throw myself in a game to see what funny comes out. Sometimes it's enjoyable. I know for Extra Life 2020, I'm probably going to crank up X3 just to see how many people I can lure back in. That, and I haven't played it in a long time, and I kind of miss it. Back on the home stretch. To cradle my ice cream, I don't want it to tumble when I turn. Gotta put that sticker on my car. Hold on, Labe. Referring to weapons, specifically guns, come and take them. It's a neat sort of pro-Second Amendment kind of statement. And it'll probably get a couple double takes from people. Like, what the hell, a Prius has something like that on it? That's right, not everybody that drives a Prius is a hipster imbecile. Some of us are decent people. Buck. There's a... So this road that I'm just passing is Buck Road. And one of the neighborhoods or subdivisions is called Buckhead. And they have a big sign displaying the name. And it's painted now, but for the longest... No, was it painted? Whatever. For the longest time, it was done in a way that it was really easy to change. So, like, somebody would just take off the lower part of the B so that the neighborhood would proudly proclaim itself to be Buckhead. It's just great. I think they finally took down the physical lettering and just painted it instead. And then I think either the kid that did it doesn't live there anymore, or they just stopped. Because I haven't seen that done in a couple of years now, but it used to say fuckhead pretty much all the time. That was great. People have no sense of humor to cover that kind of crap up. Ooh, there's the Amazon van. That means they got my video games are here. Yay! Well, I'm back home, so I'm going to stop this video and go eat some ice cream. But thanks for watching, guys. And I will hopefully catch you later. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, good. There is a package there. I'm just going to get kind of pissed. Right. See you guys next time.